Hello my beautiful friends and welcome to Tailor Made Beauty by Kris. Today's video is all about the Prolon 5-day fast mimicking diet. If you followed any of my weight loss stuff, you know I do intermittent fasting, meaning I have my first meal of the day around 11 or 12 and then, sorry, that's Milo. I do intermittent fasting, meaning I have my first meal of the day around 11 o'clock or 12, and then I give myself about 8 hours to have my last meal of the day. And if I do that, then I end up having a 16-hour fast. And I think that has been helpful in helping me maintain my weight loss. I have lost 30 pounds and I have now kept it off for almost a year. If you're curious about that, I will link the videos at the end of this video for you. Anyway, poking around on YouTube can be such a dangerous thing to do. And I've got a girlfriend who is super into kind of biohacking. She's got a lot of risk factors in her family's health history and her own health history. So I came across this 5-day fast mimicking diet. You're not actually fasting for 5 days. This is has been developed by a doctor who has done tons and tons of research on fasting. And what he has come up with is a 5-day eating plan. And actually, everything I get to eat is in this box. And my understanding is day 1 is going to be 1,100 calories, and then the subsequent 4 days will be 700 calories. So it actually, that's a pretty decent calorie count for what I'm used to. Anyway, what this will do by mimicking fasting in the body is you get the benefits of a long fast without, kind of the discomfort of a long fast. Personally, this is what I am hoping to get from the 5-day fast. One of the things it does is help your body clean up the garbage in your body. So after about 3 days, your body goes into a phase called apogee. And I am just going to give you like the highest level of apogee. There are some really wonderful videos. Just put it in the YouTube search and you'll get so much information. But part of what it's cleaning up are damaged cells, and it takes those and it recycles them. Also, free radicals that are running around our body, takes those, gets rid of those. This can help reduce the risk of chronic diseases. It reduces pathogens, and it is also anti-cancer. Cancer starts in damaged cells, in cells where there's been damage to the mitochondria. And apogee is a process that cleans out that damage, repairs that damage. So while I don't believe that I have cancer, we don't have a big history of cancer in my family, it is something certainly that I am interested in. Also, people use this for fat loss, especially visceral fat. So visceral fat is the fat that forms around our organs. It is the fat that is deep in our body, as opposed to just subcutaneous fat, subcutaneous meaning below the skin. So while I don't have a bunch of fat, my body fat has come down at my highest weight when I was 155, my highest non-pregnancy weight. My body fat was 35%. Now that I've been, dieting, having a good diet, and working out for the last year, my body fat is down at 22.8 the last time I checked it a week ago. And so certainly that's a big reduction in fat in my body. But I also know that it's good to get rid of our visceral fat. We need some fat in our body, of course. But for me, part of it is I'm hoping that it gives me a flat belly, because even when I'm kind of at the low end of my comfortable weight, which is 124, I feel like I still have this little belly. And so I'm curious to see what it will do, if it'll flatten my belly. Also, what happens to the percentage of body fat as reported on my scale. I'm hoping to get rid of some visceral fat. I don't know that I will see a big difference. And another benefit that I've heard from people anecdotally who have done this is it helps them think clearer. Their thinking is sharper. It gets rid of brain fog. I certainly feel like I am still having a bunch of that. Okay, Milo, say goodbye. Go someplace else. So clear thinking. And last thing that I'm hoping that it does for me is get rid of my sweet craving. I have been craving chocolate and cake like crazy, and I know that's because I've been indulging in those things, and it's a slippery slope. Once you start doing it, your body just wants more and more and more and more and more. So I'm hoping it does a big old reset on that. In addition, my Raynaud's, my cold fingers, I can be sitting in a 71-degree room, my fingers will be cold, will be white. That keeps popping up, and so I'm hoping maybe that whatever is causing that this fast mimicking diet resets that. So those are my goals. I'm going to take you through each of the 5 days, and at the end I'll tell you how I did. This is the end of day 1, and it wasn't too bad. I did get a little hungry, but this is the day where you actually have the highest number of calories. And I was super tired, so I took a couple-hour long nap in the afternoon, which also really helped. Last time I did this, day 2 was one of the days that I had a fantastic amount of energy, so I'm kind of looking forward to that tomorrow. I hope that's the case. I have a few projects around the house that that need some energy and some attention. But day 1 done. I made it through, and I am enjoying the new flavors. The new flavors today were the buttersquash nut soup, which was nice and kind of thick, and then black bean soup, which I added salt and cumin and cayenne to, which made it actually quite yummy. So we'll see you tomorrow. It is the end of day 2. Again, on this round, like the first time, I had a lot of energy, so I did clean out a big storage closet in the basement, so it was nice to get that done. I did get hungry, not surprisingly. I'm pretty hungry right now, but my go-to is to make a cup of tea, and that does seem to help, so I am hoping that I sleep well tonight. End of day 3 here, and I am happy to say that here in round 2, day 3 was much easier than round 1. Round 1, I was very cranky. Day 3, and today it was much more even keel. I felt good. Maybe not quite as much energy as yesterday, but still felt like a normal kind of day. I have had periods of being very hungry today. Not surprising. When that happens, I remind myself that this is a fast mimicking diet. I'm supposed to be hungry. So my hack for today was there were crackers with the soup at lunchtime. I did not eat my crackers at lunchtime. I saved them, and I had most of them for an afternoon snack because there is not supposed to be an afternoon snack today, and then had a couple with dinner. So 2 more days left. I know I can do this. It's feeling a little hard, but I've got my day release scheduled tomorrow, and it helps if I stay busy. So there you go. Day 3 is over. It is the evening of day 4. I had good energy today, but I'm hungry, and I keep reminding myself that this is a fast mimicking diet, so no duh, I'm hungry, but you know, having a cup of tea when the hunger strikes only lasts so long. But one more day, I can do this. And we are at the end of day 5. Today wasn't too bad. I didn't get too hungry. I remembered to space out my crackers. I kept myself pretty busy, so that was good. I was really surprised this morning to see that I actually dropped a pound between yesterday and today. So far that brings my weight loss to 4.2 pounds, which, it's almost getting to the point where it's worrying me. I'll be curious to see where I end up tomorrow morning. And is there anything else I wanted to share? I do have to remember to tell you what the transition day meals are. That is something really important when you're coming off of a 5-day fast, when your body has not eaten meat for 5 days. If normally you are a meat eater, and your body hasn't had it in 5 days, it stopped producing the enzymes that break down meat several days ago. So tomorrow being a transition day, there is no meat. There's protein, but it is plant-based protein. Anyway, I will talk about all that later. I have actually now done the Prolon diet twice. The videos that you just watched were actually after round 2, which was very similar to round 1. I will say, however, that round 1, days 3 and 5 were really hard for me. I was really cranky and really hungry. They were quite a bit easier during round 2. And I have heard that subsequent rounds of the Prolon get easier. Once again, I had days where I had really great energy. So the first time I did the Prolon, I cleaned out both pantries, totally emptied them out, put everything in containers, labeled everything, did massive cleaning. Round 2, I cleaned out the mechanical and storage room and got everything organized and took a bunch of stuff to the dump and to donate to charity. So that was interesting. Let me show you some of what you eat on this Prolon diet. So every day you start with a nut bar. They call it the L bar. And you have that with tea. And 2 of the days you take some omega-3 fatty acid supplements. Most of the days you do not. Lunch and dinners are also fundamentally the same. Soup. You get these packets of soup, you add water, some you just have to heat, some you have to let them heat over low heat for like 15 minutes to reconstitute some stuff. And depending on what day it is, you're going to get either some crackers, some kale crackers with your soup, or you get olives. And then on the days that you get olives for a snack in the afternoon. And you also get something called a Choco Crisp bar with your soup at dinner time. It is not winning any taste contests. It's not bad. I will also say none of the soups are bad. I liked some of them. Some of them you can supplement them with salt and pepper and dried herbs and spices, and sometimes that really helps some of the soups. They do have two different flavor profiles, the original and then the new flavors. I didn't have a strong preference between either one. The original flavors, the mushroom soup was the only one that I didn't really care for, but like I said, adding some spices to it really helped. And the minestrone soup on the new flavors was another one that wasn't my favorite, but adding some salt and pepper to it really helped. They provide you all of the tea. You get hibiscus tea, lemon spearmint, and then just spearmint. You can also use your own tea as long as it's herbal tea. Then the other item that you get is something called the L drink. And based on your weight, come on, focus. There we go. Based on your weight is how much of this you pour into a water bottle that they provide you, and then you fill it up to 32 ounces. This is a glycerol mix. And the reason why you drink this on the diet is to give your body something to burn so that it doesn't burn lean muscle. Like I said, you want this diet to go in and attack visceral fat, and to keep it going after visceral fat and not your muscle, you drink the L drink. I don't find it objectionable. It's mildly sweet. Some people really don't like it, so they brew it up typically with the hibiscus tea. I kept reminding myself, this is a fast mimicking diet. So yeah, no kidding, I'm hungry. Not hungry all the time and not horrible, but nonetheless, it's a fat mimicking diet. So yes, expect to be hungry. Let's talk a little bit about what you eat on day 6 when you're coming off of your fast. And this is really important because your body hasn't been processing meat for 5 days, and so some of the enzymes and whatnot that it uses for that have shut down. So you really have to ease back into eating. Prolon does have a prescribed day 6. Breakfast is whole wheat toast with avocado, with some olive oil, salt, crushed red pepper, and a little lemon juice. Lunch is a strictly vegetable soup with garbanzo beans, 7 ounces, half a can of garbanzo beans. And then dinner is a bunch of roasted vegetables with walnuts. And I will put a link to the PDF of that in the description below if you are in need of that. Let me talk about my results. Both after round 1 and round 2, I lost a total of 5.2 pounds. Yeah, same amount both times. Kind of crazy. I did not lose 10.4 pounds though from like the beginning before I started round 1 to the end of round 2. I lost and have kept off 9.2 pounds during that time. So yes, before I started round 2, I went back up a little bit. You know, I knew it was coming and we had neighbors over for dinner. And what I have found is, yes, I go back to eating cleanly. I'm doing bright line eating. I'm not surprised if that doesn't mean anything to you. If it doesn't, at the end of this video, I will link another video I have done on the various diet/eating programs I have done, one of which will explain bright line eating. Anyway, I find that after round 1, I stayed within 0.8 pounds of my lowest mark for 3 weeks, no problem. Like I said, then we had neighbors come over. And now I'm almost a week out from the end of round 2, and today I was just up 0.2 pounds from my lowest weight. So it's very doable, and the recommendations that they have is you do 3 rounds. Do it once a month for 3 months, and then depending on why you're doing it will determine how often you should do it. So if you've got underlying health issues, first of all, you probably should consult with your doctor, but autoimmune disease, and I'm forgetting the other things, versus someone like me who's just doing it for overall health, I'll probably do it once a year after I do my first 3. So I hope you found this video helpful. If this video brought you to my channel and you have never seen any of my other videos, wouldn't you please just poke around and see if there's anything else you're interested in watching? Thank you so much for joining me, and have a really fantastic day.